Well, I'm at the trailhead and it's very crowded for early in the morning. And here you see, there's Mount Bierstadt, which I've done before. This is the Sawtooth, that sharp, jagged thing. That's between the two. And then I was gonna say, I don't know if that's actually Evans or if it's further beyond. I guess that's Evans. But then you actually descend down this steep gully to come back. So you loop up here, across, and then down. Yeah, so the first mile here is pretty flat. First half mile, you actually lose a couple 100 feet of elevation. The sun is brutal. There's looking back, right in the sun. That's where we're going. Still got, I don't know, probably 2,000 feet to get up there. Working our way up. It's gonna be steep getting up to that shoulder, so whew. Starting to get up pretty high. Adventure maybe 13.4, 13.5. I honestly have no idea. We've reached sort of the shoulder here. It's sort of a flat traverse across. Actually, it was not as tough and steep as I remembered. It's because I probably had never, more or less, had never hiked before when I did this in like 2016. Thought like 1,000 foot a mile was steep. And I felt great. I wasn't moving that fast, but I'll check in the last stretch up to the top. Look at those clouds out there. Guess we'll get a better view from the summit. Hopefully this isn't too slick to where I start slipping. Oh no, this is great. Nice easy walking up the snow. Bierstadt summit. There's our Sawtooth over there, and then Evans out there. There's the parking lot. Going down this rocky gully here. Should start to get a little tamer as we get down. There's someone down there on the snowfield. So check in later. We've come down from up there, higher than up there, and for that notch there's the Sawtooth, and I believe that's Evans. So it shouldn't be too bad. I'm just avoiding this snow, staying on the rocks. Could be a little slow going, but I think I'll be okay. There's a guy in front of me, which is nice. At least I have a target, something to look at, although I can't see him right now, but I saw him a little bit back. So anyway, making our way over the low point, and then we'll be ascending the Sawtooth. We're almost done the full descent. Came down pretty far, pretty steep from right there. And now this is our low point. Now this is this gendarm or whatever they call it, and then Evans is over there. Sketchy, sort of wrapped to the right. It looks pretty easy to go up just to the right, you know? Yeah, it looks like there's nice ledges and steps. Yeah, not straight up, but you know, 20 feet to the right or something. Yeah. Agreed. All right, now we have to climb. And I'm gonna film some of this gendarm climbing. I don't really have a good hold here. Going up this crack. It's not trivial. It's also solid rock. Now we're almost up to the top. Ah, my foot's wedged. Gonna go up through this. Guess I'll climb through this crack. Who knows? We'll find out on the other side. Question is, do we drop here? It's actually a little path. I'm gonna drop. Look at this little, I don't know if this is real, but I'm gonna use it. There's the Sawtooth right in front of us. That big rock formation you see. So just traversing. There is a semblance of a path. So I'll check in later when I get to the ledges. This is awesome. So we've hit this little notch. And now we gotta go up that sort of ledge system, wrap around up the Sawtooth. Looking back to the parking lot. All right, we got these ledges now. Shouldn't be too bad. It's not very narrow. Back in the shade. So now we're just, yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, there's not really any exposure on this, I don't think. I'll just film this whole part, I suppose. Man, this is pretty tame. We have snow. Is there anyone else up here yet? Stupid snow. Yeah, this ledge is like wide. All right. Might as well jog across this damn thing. Sawtooth, here we come. And that is the Sawtooth that you see. But once you wrap around it, you just sort of walk up through boulders. And then, I believe it's pretty tame, but I think you got several miles to the Evans summit, but I think you only have like, I don't know, 700 or less foot to gain. So there's some people over there, and I can work my way high, or I can stay low, or I can stay low and then go high. Might as well just gain now. Stay away from that little gully. We've come across the ledge system. There's Bierstadt. And we're almost to the point where you wrap around the Sawtooth. Then we have more climbing. Oh, a little bit further. Right around, if you see, we'll be in the sun then. A little bit more to climb. We're out in the sun. There's Bierstadt, there's the Sawtooth. The descent down is somewhere over there. Apparently that's Mount Spalding. 13,800. This is not the summit you see up ahead. We go around it. It's a false summit. So, yeah. There's Bierstadt, Sawtooth. We're making our way along this, I don't know, south side. It's just boulders. And there's the summit with a bunch of people on it. And I gotta go through all this rocky stuff. And then eventually have a descent down a gully, which hopefully isn't too sketchy. And then I might have to bushwhack through a bunch of wet terrain, willows, and might have to go through water. So we'll see when we get there. We've made it. I went up a real difficult way. Not difficult, just long and winding. When I should have just straight up the ridge. Mount Evans. Woo! Starting to get a little chilly. There's all the cars. Yeah. We got through that mess. Back to our little point. There's the Sawtooth. There's Bierstadt. We're gonna head the way these guys are going. And that gully, see how it starts sloping down to the left? That is our ticket down and out of here. So this is going down to the trail that cuts over to Mount Spalding over there. I could do it. I have plenty of time. The weather seems to be okay. The clouds are coming in. I'd imagine by noon or 1 could start raining or storming. It'll get a lot darker, but I'll be back at the car before noon. We've descended quite a bit. There's the Sawtooth up there, and it's finally starting to, I'm sort of following this drainage. It was pretty much just a barren slope, and then I found this drainage and I see a cairn up here. So I think we're following this down. There's cairns down here. So I mean, I don't think this is gonna be too bad. We just sort of follow this thing down, and then we might have to deal with some wetlands and bushwhacking. But we'll see. This is actually like a trail. Well, we're out of the gully. That is Bierstadt, I believe. It's pretty, very pretty. We're still going down. I'm assuming it's gonna not be as steep the rest of the way, but I think we gotta go around those lakes that you see down there on the far side, on the hillside, and stay to the left of that creek. Little waterfall over there. It's pretty cool. I think finally we're almost down to flatter ground here. Knock on wood. So it's been a very steep descent coming down. I think that's the gully, but then it kept going up. You know, we were going down for a long time before we entered the gully. So, well,
this trail has sucked. Basically just walking through mud and water. My shoes are soaked, they're covered in mud. I stepped in to about, I don't know, went up to my knee one time in mud. Like what am I supposed to do? Yeah, it's awful. The bushwhacking's fine. There's basically no bushwhacking. Parking lot straight ahead out there in the distance. Just got to cover the horizontal ground to get out there. Pretty flat the rest of the way. Getting back to the trailhead. By the way, that's definitely not Evans. It's back. You can't see it. So it's actually starting to rain. Starting to sprinkle a little bit. So I'm interested to see if it starts to thunderstorm later, but that part sucked, going through all the mud and the water. I gotta find a way to dry my shoes out. Dun, 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 dun.